Hello, welcome back to another episode of Music Rec on Deck. I'm your host, Brad, and today I got a special guest. You might remember him from a couple videos, the jingle video and the live Blind Melon cover we did. My good friend, roommate, Dylan Prime.
Hey, hello
some
everyone.
clapping effects.
Hello.
Thank you, Cleveland. And he's joining me for Music on Rec. This is your first Music Rec on Deck.
My first rec on deck. Very happy to be here.
And what have you brought? What do you recommend with the good fine folks?
Today, I'm recommending a song by the Black Crowes, Oh Josephine.
Oh, Josephine.
It was on their 2008 album War Paint. Very underrated.
Yeah, sorry. I was going to say that this is, I've never really listened to much of this album.
No? Well, you're not the only one. The Black Crowes went kind of steady from 89, 90 until about 2001 or 2.
Okay.
The album before this was Lions in 2001, and then the band broke up. And
When did this come out again?
This came out in 2008, so this is 7 years after.
So
And
nice little break.
by this time, they had always kind of dabbled in southern and country, but they got into it a lot more for this album and the follow-up album, Before the Frost, which will come after this.
Right on. 7 years. I mean, I heard Lions before. That's
Yeah.
what you played before. I think I've heard a couple too. Have you ever played this?
So I don't have War Paint on
Okay,
vinyl.
that's
I don't
why.
have the album specifically, but what I do have is War Paint Live,
Okay.
which is the whole album, start to finish, just live. It's on a nice little box set. I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah,
It's,
I've seen the book.
3 white LPs. I got it in Montreal at
the colored vinyl.
33 tours. If you're in Montreal and you're a record collector, stop at.
I'll put a I'll put a photo right here.
Tours. 33 tours.
Top
Great place.
tour. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I've never heard this song, and this is actually the first time I've ever heard this song.
Well, it's a rec I have for you on deck.
So if he's recommending the song to you, but he's also recommending the song to me because we're listening to it now. And so far, I mean, Black Crowes are fucking good.
Oh, they're unbelievable, and stay tuned because, or don't stay tuned, get on it. What am I saying? Black Crowes just released a cover album, 1972, featuring covers of the Rolling Stones, T-Rex,
Yeah, that's cool.
The Temptations.
You played me a bit of the T-Rex one. And it sounded
Yeah,
really good.
lots of cool stuff on there. Check that out. Great album. It's an 8-song cover album, and they're going on tour.
Yeah.
They're on tour. Guess who's going to see him? This guy, right here. You
I
know
haven't
someone that's
gotten
going to the
tickets
Black
yet, but
Crowes.
I'm definitely considering it.
Oh, it's going to be a great show.
Yeah. I mean,
The brothers, Chris Robinson and Rich Robinson, they've been known to butt heads like brothers do.
Oasis.
And right now they're on the good side of each other.
They reconciled for a bit.
So now's a good time to see them because you never know.
Yeah, I mean, after the tour, they're gonna hate each other.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Now, sorry, we're both brothers on this album.
Both brothers are on every Black Crowes song.
Okay, so even though they didn't get along all the time, they still made albums, or is this when they had
Yeah,
7 years apart and then they kind of not apart?
They don't do the Crowes without one another. Chris Robinson has the Chris Robinson Brotherhood. That's the lead vocalist of the Black Crowes. And Rich Robinson, he has a band called Magpie Salute, which also features former members of the Black Crowes. I don't think they're going right now because Rich is doing the Crowes.
No.
But I wouldn't be against hearing another Magpie Salute album. So check that out too. It's
Check
a
it
rec
out.
on the rec on rec.
There you go. We're having a reconception. That kind of sounds cool. Reconception. Do you know anything about this song? Do you know what it's about? Or?
I don't even know who Josephine is, but I love it when
Probably
they sing
someone.
about her.
It's probably
The whole album is really good. It's also, you can get it, the War Paint Live, where they perform the album live. You can get that on DVD and Blu-ray. It's a great show. It was really them coming out with a different tone. The southern rock with the blues rock
I
vibes
definitely hear
there.
a lot of southern rock, especially with the solo going on in the background.
Oh, it's It's great.
Exactly. Southern rock and blues rock.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, these guys are not necessarily known as a Southern rock group at all.
I think they've really switched over to that side a lot more, especially like with this album, and then Before the Frost Until the Freeze, which came out the following year, 2009. You get a lot more of that.
Now, would you say that, what is their genre before? Like, just rock, alternative?
Well, it's weird. I consider I feel like the Black Crowes of the 90s is the Stones of the 70s. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they could kind of touch anything at that time. They could do whatever, and you know, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Lots of drugs also.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of that.
Always.
In any band, there's been a lot of that. Josephine is either two people. It's either someone the band knows and they really love, or they just thought the name sounded cool and they just put it in the song.
I should look it up. I'm really not sure.
Did well in charts, apparently.
Well, it's a great album.
What if you clicked on track listing and it gave you a blue note and maybe you could...
No blue notes.
Wow.
No blue notes.
Well, I get, like you said, though, this is a very underrated album. Like,
oh, yeah. Most people, if you know the Black Crowes, most people know Shake Your Money Maker, which is the debut album.
That's got hard to handle.
Yeah, She Talks to Angels, a bunch of stuff. Yeah, exactly. Whereas, and even, you know, Southern Harmony with Remedy and...
yeah.
There's so much stuff. Like, the Crowes of the 90s was like peak Crowes for most people. Yeah. But they've done great things since and continue to do great things.
It sounded really good. Thank you for showing me, and thank you for coming on and showing the fine folks here at Tunage.
It's a pleasure.
I hope you, well, you're going to be back on.
Yeah.
Maybe even this week. You know,
I might not even change my shirt.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for joining me, buddy.
Thank you guys for having me. It's been wonderful.
We're going to add some clap in there and big old show there. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned.
Long trip home.
He's got to leave. He's got to leave now. All right. See you next video. Bye.
Ciao.